Howdy, Full Metal Cowboy, straight shooting a review of A Saucerful of Secrets. This is the second studio album by Pink Floyd, a band I have loved since I was a kid, and A Saucerful of Secrets was released a year after their debut album, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, which I thought was okay. There were some parts I never really cared for. At least it had a strong start. A Saucerful of Secrets definitely has some history to it, and it's definitely worth noting, and I know a lot of Pink Floyd fans already know this story. A Saucerful of Secrets was recorded before and after Syd Barrett left Pink Floyd. And this is also the first album to feature David Gilmour, who would be a strong asset to Pink Floyd for many, many years. Out of all the albums from The Piper at the Gates of Dawn until Atom Heart Mother, A Saucerful of Secrets is my favorite within those 5 albums. Now, despite the turbulence between Syd Barrett and the rest of Pink Floyd, I think A Saucerful of Secrets turned out great. And I actually think this is an improvement compared to The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. And interestingly, that Saucerful of Secrets came out the same year that the Beatles released the White Album, because the Beatles also had turbulence that very year as well between themselves. Much like The Piper at the Gates of Dawn starting off strong with Astronomy Domine, I do think A Saucerful of Secrets also starts out strong with Let There Be More Light, and I actually find the song pretty catchy. And it also proves David Gilmour's worth with Pink Floyd, which will carry on for years to come, as I've already said not too long ago. Remember a Day is a fine follow-up track to Let There Be More Light, and I do think it's nice that Richard Wright, the late keyboardist of Pink Floyd, is noted for being the writer and composer of the song. What follows is Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun, which I think has a very smooth progression throughout the entire track. And I actually think it's a nice, easy, calming song to listen to, especially if I'm riding in a car or in a bus.
Corporal Clay,
Midway in A Saucerful of Secrets is Corporal Clay, which I think sounds pretty cool for the most part, even though it does delve into the subject of war, as well as involving a kazoo. Now, it should be noted that in retrospect of Pink Floyd's discography, Corporal Clay is the first track to involve the subject of war, because this definitely will be touched upon again later in Pink Floyd's discography, given Roger Waters' history. And now the titular track, A Saucerful of Secrets, which should be known for one thing. It is the first long track that Pink Floyd has created, because they would later make longer tracks other than A Saucerful of Secrets. The penultimate track of A Saucerful of Secrets is Seesaw, which the lyrics make clear that it is about a brother and sister, and this track has some pretty dark lyrics, especially given how the song plays out.
it's awfully considerate of you to think of me here, and I'm most obliged to you for making it clear that I'm not here.
A Saucerful of Secrets concludes with Jug Band Blues, which at first I didn't care for this ending off A Saucerful of Secrets, but that was until I read that Syd Barrett wrote this track. And given how he left during the production of A Saucerful of Secrets, it actually makes this track ending off A Saucerful of Secrets interesting, given Syd Barrett's history with Pink Floyd, as well as Pink Floyd's early history. And given the lyrical context of Jug Band Blues, this is quite a way to end a Saucerful of Secrets. I still recommend The Piper at the Gates of Dawn because it is Pink Floyd's debut album, much like I would recommend Please Please Me for Beatles fans and Pablo Honey for Radiohead fans. But A Saucerful of Secrets, like I said before, is an improvement from The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. And here's the difference. The Piper at the Gates of Dawn did have some songs worth listening to, whereas A Saucerful of Secrets, for the most part, was approachable from start to finish. And in retrospect, A Saucerful of Secrets is an album that I find to be a very important piece in Pink Floyd's history, especially with their early records. I'm going to be shooting a 9 out of 10 for A Saucerful of Secrets. I would like to provide an FYI regarding my next review in my series of Pink Floyd reviews. What follows A Saucerful of Secrets is More, which is also a soundtrack. There does exist a film of the same name which Pink Floyd provided the music for. I don't really review soundtracks on this channel, at least yet, so as a result I will be skipping More and go straight to Uma Guma. So I will be relearning for my next review, so until then, I'll see you later.